Hello and welcome to the video tutorial covering Microsoft Exchange Backup using NovaStor DataCenter software. We'll be creating a backup job as well as covering all of the options involved, doing a connectivity test, and actually starting a job. So in order to create an Exchange backup job, you'll go ahead and click on Backup Jobs here, and from the job management screen, right-click New, and then Database, and then Microsoft Exchange. You'll go ahead and give the job a name. In our case, this is going to be the name here. And once you're done with that job name, you're going to click on the node pull-down menu here and select your Exchange server node and click on the button here that allows you to select the database. And expand this and it'll allow you to see all your mailbox databases. In our case, we're just going to choose the main mailbox database. We don't care about the public folder for now. And then go ahead and click the OK button. And from here, we're going to cover all the backup scheme options. So when we're talking about get backup scheme, it's the type of backup job. In our case, the default's going to always be a full, and you do have to have a full Exchange backup before you can use any of the other modes here. Your full backup will include a backup of the data, mailbox data, as well as the transaction logs, and compress those transaction logs. We have a differential and incremental modes here. This would normally be used for like a daily backup of your Exchange, and it's just differential is just going to back up the changes or added data since the last full backup has run. And when we're talking about incremental, that's going to back up changes since the last backup has run, including incrementals or fulls. And we do have another rarely used mode here. It's the copy mode. The copy mode is a full backup, including the transaction logs, but in this case the transaction logs are not truncated as a normal full backup would be. They remain full size, basically transaction logs. And so like I said, you do have to have a full backup in place to utilize the differential or incremental modes, so just keep that in mind. So for an Exchange backup, you'll probably always have two separate jobs. One is a full and one is either an incremental or differential. Come up here to target schedule and we can choose the disk pool, which is our media pool list. In our case, we have a disk 0001, which we're going to go ahead and use, but we also have a single tape pool and a tape library option here at the bottom to utilize. We're going to pick disk pool and click schedule pull down, and we have some defined schedules here that are already predefined that you created before. In our case, we're going to click on daily here to select the daily backup. Click options and you can see the various general options here on screen. Client compression is by default enabled. You have RLE, which is a CPU optimized. It doesn't take much CPU resources. We also have zlib 1 through 9. Zlib 9 would be the highest compression, but it'll be the most CPU intensive compression on the fly. Normally you would go with RLE here, but if you want maximum space savings, you can go with zlib maybe 6 or 4 or something like that to be not so intensive on the CPU. You also have a way to limit the network bandwidth, and you will have some more advanced options in the advanced options tab, but we won't cover those in this video. And we can go ahead and click on the OK button here. And now we have that Exchange backup job. We can right click on it here, do a connectivity test here. Connectivity test will allow us to see the connections between the Exchange node, the backup server, and the storage server, the storage location where our backup's going. So in this case, it's all green, it's all good. We can click close. We can right click again on the job and do a start, and that'll tell us the job name that's going to start it. Click OK and switch over to the monitoring view here, and in this case we can see our job is started. It'll tell you the date and time and the transferred amount, which in our case was a 2.2 gig database, so it was very fast. And that concludes the video.